DarkArmedAlliance, and today I'm going to be updating my Shaddolls. This has been very requested on my channel that I do so finally I'm getting around to upgrading my Shaddolls. With college being over and good stuff, you guys can be expecting a lot more deck profiles from me. I know I've been posting a lot, but I'm going to start doing replay videos of the decks that I do profile on the channel, so subscribe and don't forget to like the video and subscribe. So let's get into it for more. So let's start off with the main deck. So first off, because we're having so many pendulums running around, I'm playing 3 copies of Shaddoll Dragon. I decided to drop Beast for a 3rd dragon because it just seemed logical to do with the other engine that I'm playing, and you'll see in a little bit. But don't leave yet. I know you're thinking about it with 3 dragons. It seems a little bit weird, but trust me, when you fusion this and you can pop some back row, it really helps. And it gets rid of those solemn strikes and stuff like that, so you can make your windows and stuff like that. Because I'm playing a little bit of a different build. But it really does work. I play tested it quite a bit, and it's very nice, and it works out a lot. So the next card I'm playing, and you always play 3 of this, is 3 copies of Shaddoll Squidbana. Essentially, if it's flip face up, you can destroy a monster, but you're not going to do that all that often. The main thing about Shaddolls is you're going to get their graveyard effects off because you're going to fuse them. So his effect is that if he's sent to the graveyard, you can essentially Foolish Burial another Shaddoll card from your deck, which is going to get another effect off. Then I play 3 copies of Shaddoll Hedgehog. You always want to play 3 Shaddoll Hedgehogs, and both of his effects are very, very viable. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Shaddoll spell or trap card, or any Shaddoll card from your deck to the hand. So essentially you want to grab Shaddoll Fusion so you can go off into your fusion plays, because that's going to be the main thing you're going to want to do in this deck. Construct, bless her. I hope she comes back, but until then, this is the kind of build I'm going to play with Shaddolls. But you can, if he's flip face up, all the Shaddoll monsters are flip effects. You can add a Shaddoll spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So, if he's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Shaddoll monster. But you're really going to want to get the flip effect. So first turn, if you don't have your fusion, you're going to want to set him, but your opponent's not going to know what you're playing. So I just play him face down and grab my Shaddoll fusion to go off next turn, because essentially they're going to probably special summon from their deck, so it'll let me go into window fast. Then I play 3 copies of Shaddoll Falcon. If he's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon him. If he's flip face up, you can target a Shaddoll monster in your graveyard, except Falcon, and special summon it, face down defense position. Usually, I grab, what's his name? I grab Hedgehog, or if they don't have another monster attack, I grab Winda. So, that's all my Shaddolls that I'm playing. I'm playing 12 in the deck. I know that a lot of people play Beast, but if you draw Beast, it's dead. It's just dead in hand, and so I'm not playing it. If you want to play Beast, by all means do drop the other dragon, play a Beast, and then drop maybe something else I'm going to play. I'll mention it later, but we'll get into that. Then I'm playing 3 copies of Traptrix Marmelio. I think that the Earth build is very good, but I'm adding in other stuff, like I said, to make this a little different. I'm going to keep it a little mysterious, so you'll keep watching. But Marmelio, you normal summon it, and then you add a trap hole card from your deck to your hand. So you're going to add a little bit of pressure to your opponent by adding that 1 trap hole. If it's special summoned from the graveyard, you can target 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. But I'm not playing Call of the Haunted in this deck anymore. I was, but you can play it in the deck, and I'll mention what you can take out later to make this deck completely budget. But 3 Marmelios. Then I play 3 copies of Assault Halberd. It's essentially a Cyber Dragon. You don't control a monster, you can special summon it out. And if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing. And when this card inflicts damage to your opponent, you can add a heroic monster from your deck to your hand. So I add another Assault Halberd, or I add a Thousand Blade. If Thousand Blade's in your graveyard and you take damage, you can special summon it to your side of the field. An attack position, which lets rank 4 plays go off. And that's kind of why I'm playing it, is because you can go into rank 4 plays. Then I'm playing 1 copy of Mathematician, because you can normal summon it, send a Shaddoll, Falcon to grave, or any of your Shaddolls and get its effect off. Then I'm playing 1 copy of Glow Up Bulb, because if you special summon out, let's say you have this in grave, and you special summon out your Assault Halberd, and you normal summon out a Marmelio, or any other level 4, you can go Trishula on the 3rd turn and just go nuts, if this is in grave. So, it's really easy to get in grave. But that's all my Earth targets. I'm playing, I believe, 3, 7, 8, 9 Earth targets. Had to think about it. So 12 Shaddolls, 9 Earth targets. Then here it is. Here is my 6 tech cards, and they are a playset of each. And I want you to comment down below what you think it is. I love doing these, and a lot of my audience apparently likes this. Comment down below and tell me what you think this is. And if you get it right, don't forget to subscribe. But if you don't, still subscribe, because I'm awesome and stuff. I know. But comment down below, pause the video, tell me what you think it is, and then come back. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. I know it's going to seem pretty generic, but I'm playing Fire and Ice hand. I'm playing 3 each, and this is what I was about to say you could take out for that other Shaddoll beast, is you could take out 1 fire hand, because you don't really need Grista all that much, but it is a nice out if you have the ability to get it out, and that's the only thing you got. The reason I'm playing this is this reason. When you're playing in something like Cosmo and you set this and you pop one of their monsters, it's going to force them to do something, and then it's going to let you make your ice hand, which is going to start exhausting their resources, which is going to thin your deck so you can get to your Shaddoll fusion faster. Plus, if you have this on the field, you can, or in your hand, you can go into Lith, which is the water Shaddoll fusion. Let me see if I've got her beside me. You can go in her. And her effect is this card must be fusion summoned. Neither player can special summon monsters from their hand or graveyard using spell or trap cards. So essentially you make this and your opponent cannot pendulum summon from hand. Yes, they can special summon from extra deck, but they can't special summon from hand. So that's why I'm playing this. Haha, hand. But that's why I'm playing this. I think it's a fun engine. I think it works, and it's worked out a lot for me. It crushes Blue Eyes because it pops their monsters, except for Twin Burst, and it makes people so mad because you're playing anti-meta, you pop their pendulums, and it just goes nuts. So I'm playing this, and if they attack into it, they have to attack you essentially 6 times to get this off board, and they don't want to do that. And if they destroy by card effect, you special summon another one. So it just goes nuts, and you just keep getting hands. I'm playing 3 water targets and 4 fire targets. The last one is a Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron, the reason I'm playing it is because it's a tuner, and I can go into Trish and Jet Warrior, and it's really, really fun to play. You can bring it back from the graveyard by sending 1 card from my hand to the graveyard. So really good. I can send a card that I really don't want in my hand and get off its effect, maybe a Shaddoll card, and if it's sent to the graveyard, I get its effect off. So, because it doesn't activate until it hits the grave. That's it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. I'm not playing a lot of spells and traps in this deck, really. I'm playing 1 copy of Rhoda to add my heroic monsters to thin the deck a little bit. I'm playing 1 copy of Foolish to get my Glow Up Bulb, Jet Synchron, or a Falcon engrave, or if I need to add something with Hedgehog. I know I'm proxying them still, but whatever. 2 copies of Twin Twister, just in case I need to deal with some back row, and my Ice Hands and Dragons aren't enough. I hate back row in this deck. I'm playing 1 Shaddoll Fusion, or L Shaddoll Fusion, because it's at 1. I wish it was at more than 1. I'm playing 3 copies of Shaddoll Fusion, because fusioning from deck if your opponent controls an extra deck monster is really easy now, because they pendulum summon, and if I let them pendulum summon, I go into this, and I go into Lith, or a Monolith, or what's her name, Shikanaga. It just makes life so much easier. Then, that's it for the spells. Like I said, not many spells at all. I think I was playing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spells. And then the traps are just trap holes and core. So, 1 bottomless, because trap tricks. 1 time space trap hole, 2 copies of Trap Tricks Nightmare Trap Hole, and 1 copy of Shaddoll Core. Just cause shits and giggles. And you can go into any of your specific Shaddoll monsters with this because it changes its attribute. This stops your opponent, this stops your opponent, and this stops your opponent from summoning pretty much. So that's all they do. They're stun. Then I'm playing 2 copies for the extra deck. Excuse me. For the extract, I'm excited to do these profiles because now I'm free from college from now. Can't wait to go in my culinary program. I know, guys, I want to be a chef. But then I play 2 copies of Shaddoll Winda. Winda stops your opponent. You can only special summon monsters once per turn. So if they declare a pendulum summon, they can special summon as many monsters as they want, but that's it. They can't do anything else. If they don't make anything that's more than 22, then it stops them, or if I bottomless trap hole them, then all their pendulum monsters go to grave. So, or not grave, they get banished. So yeah, Winda. Winda's fun. Then I play one copy of Grista because I do play the Fire Hands and the Jet Synchron. So Grista's just kind of fun to play. I don't really go into it all that much. I usually just go into Shikanaga with the 9 Earth targets, I think I said, or 8 Earth targets, something like that. I don't remember. A lot of Earth targets. I go into my 3 Shikanagas. Let me move this over so I can lay them all out. With 3 Shikanagas, it is a humongous wall, and it negates, I think it negates monster effects. I don't remember. I know Grista negates something. Grista negates summons, Shikanaga negates monster effects if you can send a Shaddoll card from your hand to the graveyard. Then I play 2 copies of El Shaddoll, a monolith. With Lith, I call her Lith. I already read her effect, but I'll say it one more time because not a lot of people know. If she's on the field, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from their hand or graveyard with the effect of spell or trap cards. So pendulums do count as spell cards when they're on the field, so they can't pendulum summon from hand. So really good. That's it for the fusions. I'm not playing much of anything else. I'm playing 1 copy of Trishula because I can go into a Glow Up Bulb and Jet Synchron. I'm playing 1 copy of Goyo Guardian because I don't play Beast anymore, so I can't really go into 7s. But 6s are pretty easy with all the level 4s and Falcon. 1 Underground Arachnid, one of the most underrated tech cards in the game when you're playing Trap Tricks. If you have a Dark Tuner monster, let me explain this one really quick. If you have a Dark Tuner monster on your field, okay, like Falcon, and you have an insect monster, which is Marmelio, if this card attacks, your opponent can activate spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. So it's Archimedes. Once per turn, you can equip 1 face-up monster your opponent controls to this card as an equipped card. So it steals stuff like a Thousand Eyes Restrict or a 101. If this card would be destroyed by battle, you can destroy the monster equipped to this card. So it's an Archimedes and a Thousand Eyes Restrict fused into one 2400 beater. That's why I'm playing Underground Arachnid. I think it is very underrated, and it should have been played in Shaddoll Trap Tricks for a long-ass time, but nobody realized that this card was good. But it is great. I have won duels countless times with this card. Countless times by stealing a very problematic card, then making like a Winda or a Monolith, and then they're shut down, and then they try and destroy this, and I just steal another card. And it doesn't have a limit. It does have a limit, never mind, of how many cards you can steal. But I can only steal 1, but if you try and destroy it, I can just steal another one. So, come on, like, play this card if you're going to do it. It's like $1, too. So it's very budget. Then I play 1 copy of Archimedes because 5s. I play 1 copy of Jet Synchron because Jet Synchron, if this card is Synchro summoned with Jet Warrior, you have to use Jet Synchron. You can target 1 of your opponent's monsters returned to hand. If this card in your graveyard, you contribute 1 level 2 or lower monster, special summon this card in defense position. So it lets me go for Grista plays, and if I normal summon like a Falcon, I can send it to grave to re-special summon this card. So it gives me a 21 beater, which is pretty good. And spinning some problematic cards is good. I wouldn't spin pendulums, but hey, whatever. Then I'm playing 1 copy of Castael because Castael spins shit, and it's still good. And then 1 of the Trap Tricks XYZs because I do play Marmelios and a lot of Trap Trick stuff. And Stun is fun. Stun is fun. And it just scares your opponent when you have this. And that's it for the Shaddoll deck profile, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more. I hope you really enjoyed this deck profile, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share this video. Don't forget to go down below and join DarkArmedAlliance. This is where I share a lot of my deck profiles and where a bunch of my friends comment and talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! And video games. But anyways, guys, this is DarkArmed Duelist. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm out. Expect more from me.